Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sethaldor's World of Warcraft Guides. This is going to be a GG Files on Prot, Paladin PvP. We're going to be sporting a Warsong Gulch that you should be seeing now, as well as a few moments in an Eye of the Storm. So in this first battle you'll see I'm fighting a Frost Mage, and you should note there's only 7 minutes left in this battle, and I just entered it. So I came in a little late, but you'll see me fighting a few hordes here. You'll see a Paladin and 2 mages, both Frost, I believe, or one Arcane, one Frost, more appropriately, as well as some backup from a Shadowmourne wielding Death Knight, which you'll see more of further in the video, and possibly a few others jumping in. This Frost Mage here does an excellent job of kiting, I might add. He is very good at it. Kudos to him. You'll see me constantly trying to throw my shield even when it's on cooldown, just because I'm desperate for that silence it provides, which is really nice. And that, my friends, is the Grand Crusader proc when you see 2 giant Avenger shields pop up around your character. Use the Blessing of Freedom to catch up to him, but he blinks away and I can't even find him. So I decide to chase after this priest. Always a good opener will be your Avenger's Shield on everything, more so on casters. You'll see the proc rate of Grand Crusader there, which refreshes your Avenger's Shield. Got it twice in a row for Crusader striking, so not bad. You'll see I have a Warlock on me, as well as trying to push down this priest with Toro, that Death Knight from earlier. I get the stun off a second before the fear goes off, which was a nice effect. That way she couldn't heal up as we were feared. So, moving on to our next situation in this battleground, we see the Arcane Mage from earlier is back, and I try to get him, but he manages to get away. You'll see Toro run off with her engineering boots, and I get repentanced by a Ret Pally, who decides to leave me alone and try to help his mage friend over there. Well, I'm not going to have any of that, so I mount up and rush on over. You'll see the Pally beating on Toro there, pretty much got a hard-on for the mage, and she takes him down no problem. We get a Druid to come and help here, and we're going to finish off this Pally seemingly without issue. I expect him to go down from the hammer, but he gets a heal, dies anyways. That heal came from this priest who respawned from earlier Death in the Tunnel. And we keep pushing. You'll see that Judgments of the Wise from being Prot up in the buff bar right now. I should note I'm in almost full, if not full, PvP gear right now with this spec, and it tends to be very effective. You'll see that nice row of debuffs from this Warlock and Mage, and I go down. Blessing of Freedom, get that Word of Glory off, attempting to do it, and that's that. You will see here that my damage done and healing done are extremely low because I came in so late in the game. However, we did win, and I had high honor gain. Now then, on to the Eye of the Storm. Going to go over to Mage Tower here and try to put the hurt on some of these folks. Go after a Disc Priest, get the Grand Crusader proc again that you see, getting a Blessing of Freedom because there's a few slowers on the Horde side around here, and foolishly sitting in that power word barrier, but it managed to break through it, and Disc Priest is under 50%, pushing down, got some warrior help there, and finished her off. Gonna go chase down this Shaman now. Got some nice teamwork between the Horde and Alliance. I see the Earthbind Totem, and before the first pulse goes off, I pop Blessing of Freedom, which is nice. You'll see me with Seal of Justice on right now as well. That's because its new effect is when I judge with Seal of Justice on, it will slow their movement speed slightly under mine so I can catch up to them. It used to be the Judgments of Justice in pre-401 is what did that. Now you just need your Justice Seal on, and when you melee hit, it will slow them. Here's me and a Druid going back up to Mage Tower after we lost it to the Horde. And there seems to be a warrior and Ret Paladin guarding it. The Ret Pally goes down pretty easy. You'll see that nice 12k hammer crit. Very excellent. You want to make sure you're getting your holy power up as often as possible with your Crusader Strike, because that will get your Word of Glory up, which is very vital. Moving on to the confrontation in the center bridge here, I really try to take down this Moonkin. I have to say GG props to this guy because he has excellent survivability. Good job to the healers watching him too. So trying to push him down. There's my 3 holy power. I pop that power word heal, whatever it's called, word of glory. Get a Grand Crusader. I keep trying to throw that shield on him, make sure to limit his damage output, but I probably should have been throwing it on the healers. You'll see that Enhancement Shaman on me, line of debuffs, got a Hunter, a Death Knight, Shadow Priest on me, and I'm still focusing on this Moonkin. Almost down, almost down. I'm getting some heals from my guys, getting my Holy Word, or Word of Glory up, and he runs off like the big casting chicken he is. Down I go from all that damage. Now, after the res, get back to the bridge, and instead of going for something with survivability like the warrior, I decide to try and take on this Shadow Priest, but get feared, decide to bubble, get my shield thrown out again, keep trying to push her, spam that Crusader strike as much as I can, get a Grand Crusader proc, and something to notice here is the sheer time it takes for them to take me down. Look at this. Look at how many people I have on me, and I am the only alliance here, so all the horde on the screen are focusing on me, and it took them a fair bit of time to take me down. That's nice from being PvP Prot. So here I go, solo on Fel Reaver trying to take it, and bam! 11k shield crit. Drops him down to almost 50% health off the bat. Amazing damage output. He bubbles when the rogue comes up from behind. We wasted his wings on heals instead of damage, which is good. He had to use that time to heal himself. He's really pushed down that rogue, though. That's what the rogue gets for wearing PvE gear and a PvP BG. So I got my 3 holy power now. Get that shield out again. He's very low health. Word of Glory myself might have been a little more useful on the rogue. He gets his hammer off on me, but the rogue decides to finish him along with my 12k hammer. Unfortunately, a warrior comes in and finishes off the rogue. Pushing that warrior, you see that 7.2k crit there. He's got that Mortal Strike and Hamstring on me, a little annoying. Keep getting the Grand Crusader proc, but that's just for damage now since he's not really a caster. The 12.3k Word of Glory heal was nice, especially prior to his Throwdown and Bladestorm combo. I respond with my Divine Protection, because Divine Protection no longer causes Forbearance. It's a nice response to anything high damage output. Now he has that Ret Pally from earlier that we finished off, respawned and helping. I have my 3 holy power, and there's another warrior that jumps into the mix. So I'm going 1-on-3 right now and not doing as bad as one might expect. Getting the shield to proc, and he runs off, charges in. That stun pretty much finishes me off, and they take me down. GG to the horde there. It was a good attempt, and I enjoyed that fight. So here we are at the Draenei Ruins, and here's that dang Moonkin again that I keep trying to take down. He's got his heals up again, though. Keep pushing. You'll see the Crusader strikes. He has a Disc Priest putting bubbles on him. I go down the hill from a Typhoon. Silence him from the base of the hill, though, which was helpful, no doubt. You'll see his Solar Beam go off, and I get caught in a Psychic Scream by a Shadow Priest. Every man out of that, and jump right back into it. Looking back at this, I probably should have done my Holy Wrath and Consecrate at the top of this hill. It might have helped with the overall suppression, but all the heals were going everywhere anyways, so it wouldn't have been anything too amazing. So, climbing back up the hill, get my shield to go off, then a Grand Crusader proc, and throw it again. Just pretty much general fighting here, trying to stay alive. My survivability is nice, especially with a few hots and bubbles from the Alliance healers around here. Trying to focus down this Paladin healer, to no avail for the most part. And I get a spell lock on me, and we'll see some Warlock dots coming up now. Still have that Death Knight debuff on me, slowing me down, which is a little frustrating. See that Divine Hymn go off, do my best to shorten that duration. She's well under 50%, but I get a fear on me, and not much I can do from that point. She's going down, and she gets a penance tick off on herself. She's almost dead, and down she goes. Moving back to the Paladin healer, as that was the priest one. She's almost dead, and she gets a big heal on herself. I couldn't get line of sight for the hammer in time. So instead of going back up there, I see a well under 50% priest over here and decide to charge over and help my allies. And down she goes from the second shield from off screen. Here's that druid again, get the stun off first, and I got some backup this time, looking good. Looks like we might be able to take him down. You'll see the Shields of the Righteous there actually didn't do that much damage at a 3-stack, unfortunately. I get cycloned. I even try to bubble out of this. Bubble does not get you out of cyclone. Throw my shield, 3.4k crit, helps finish him off, and this enhancement, elemental chamois, pardon, comes in, and he's almost dead. He gets dropped by an 8.3k, and that's the end of the round. So not too bad. You'll see for Alliance I was 3rd highest damage done, fairly good healing done, beat out by a druid healer, which is no surprise, and possibly 1 or 2 others. Some nice honor gain, and some good honorable kills overall. Low deaths, KBs, it's nice to get them, but you're a prot pally, your utility in PvP, which is definitely what you saw there. Some of the best things for a prot pally to focus on would be making sure he uses his stuns at vital points, and always, always, always having that silencing shield ready to go. It's a nice damage burst, but that silence can be vital on a healer. You want to target healers first as a prot pally, because you will be able to help lock them down better than some other classes, or, for example, a holy pally wouldn't be able to lock out another healer. So that's just some strategies, but behind prot pally tanking in a PvP BG, and this was an example of how well the spec I've suggested fares. This was done with the spec in my spec video guide. As you can see, the damage is nice, the deaths aren't bad, and it takes a whole hell of a lot of damage to take you down. Thanks for watching. This has been the GG Files with Sethaldor of Blade's Edge in the Guild Sacrilege. Can't wait to see you guys next time.